I've started out my journey of film photography a few years ago. Since then, I've been bringing my film camera with me everywhere I go. But before I started this hobby, I knew nothing about film. There were different resources that helped me a lot to understand something that I had no idea about. The first resource is someone that has experience with that particular subject that you are interested in. And for my case, that's my grandpa who had a lot of experience with film cameras. The second resource that you can consider is the internet. The internet was the reason why I had contact with my interest at the first place. So there are a lot of useful information where you can find on the internet, but just be mindful that some information might be incorrect. So you just have to double check from multiple resources. The first question that you should ask is the information accurate? This is actually obvious, but if the information is not correct, then there is no use for it. The second question that you should ask is it a fact or an opinion? The reader should be mindful when they are reading an article. They should identify which are the facts and which are the writer's opinion. In my case of film photography, sometimes people talk about the tones of film. Then here comes the writer's opinion. They are going to make comments on what do they think of it and do they like it. The third question that you should ask is, how is this going to help me better understand the subject? When you are trying to go in depth into a research topic, try to be specific as to what you want to understand. Therefore, when you are doing the research, you can have a better sense of direction as to what you want to find out and how can you find the information. Moving on to the academic integrity awareness activity, one new thing that I've learned from doing this is that it is also a good idea to reference your own work. I've never heard of anyone talking about referencing their own work until I was working on this activity. The reason that we should do this is because it might sometimes cause confusion if you don't clearly state where your work came from. This would be relevant to the research I'm doing because there might be times where I have to record some sound effects for the project I'm doing. This would be the time where confusion might happen as there may be similar sounding effects on the internet, so it might be a good idea to reference my own work. I was listening to some clubbing music compilations a few days ago. Honestly, it didn't play much of a big role in my life, but I was so hyped up when I was listening to it. I miss going to clubs. The last time when I went to clubbing was the first week of uni, and I got COVID from that, so I basically missed most of my classes for the first week of uni, so that's quite unfortunate. I guess these compilations just makes me miss going to clubs under the COVID pandemic circumstances.